I Show Speed, where we looked at the nose. Like when you look at features and you see, okay, why were the noses on the Sphinx blown off? You know, like what was that? And then a lot of this, there are other statues where the nose were removed. Why is that?
Okay. So these are two different reasons.
Yeah.
The nose from the Sphinx was blown off because there was like a radical guy who thought that in order for people to not go back and worship idols, so I'm gonna cut their nose. Many of the noses that were smitten, these were like when the Christians took over parts of Egypt, like the radical Christians, and they started to kind of do it's kind of like an insult, and kind of like a rebellion against like the old religion. So it's really different. It's not about like changing them. And also even the nose that you're talking about, you will find like completely different noses. Like the nose of Nefertiti is different from a nose of like someone who's like Ramesses. You will have like different, it's like, it's very that's why you're trying to box Egyptians in looking a certain way. If you look at the archaeological paintings for Egyptians in mid-Egypt, it will be different from Alexandria, it will be different from Upper Egypt or Southern Egypt. So all through those years, even when the Arabs came, they didn't come and replace them. The Arabs came with a very small army. They settled down and just mingled with the same people, like the same way that the Greeks came in and intermingled with the Egyptians. Same with the Romans came in and intermingled with the Egyptians. There were always like a core population that was living there. And since we have been there for like 7,000 years, all of these waves of invasions and changing of administrations and power, we became like this incredible mix of different cultures.
Yeah, I've heard different people, like when you look throughout the world, you talk about like if you go to Asia, and, you can see that there are different, obviously Asian groups, right? Within Asia, you go to Europe, you see that there's different European groups. But when you go to Africa and then you go just to North Africa, that is a big difference in change in features.
No, it's because of the color, but also.
But not just the color, just, I mean, cause.
And phenotype, but you see, it's also, it's because of all of that mixing that happened, And this is why it is very dangerous. I don't like these kind of genetic fights. About like our genes and our race. We are just a mix of different human races. And I think it is very dangerous to import these kind of discussions of genetic purity into our area. This is a way to split people apart. This is a way to make people fight against each other.
Because I think people are trying to understand, like, was there an origin, right? Like when you talk about the indigenous people of the U.S., right? People will say, okay, hey,
but that was
the Native Americans.
That was like an incredible genocide. No. These people were wiped out.
I understand that. I'm not making the comparison. I'm just saying the indigenous going to indigenous and just really trying to, because I genuinely don't know what the indigenous people of Northern Africa, like, was there a beginning? Because when you talk about mixed, when I hear mixed, it implies that multiple people from different places came together.
No, I think that the indigenous people in Egypt, they have been always living there.
Okay.
And their features have changed slightly and be made more diverse with the different waves of immigration that happened all through the thousands of years.
Yeah, we just feel like, I think when we talk, like a lot of historians, like black historians say, it's like they leave the black part out all the time. That's where it's just Afro, this negative thing about we don't want to have anything to do with black people. So they go, okay, so that's why I think they go, where were there any black people around? So they'll avoid all that.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
So Egypt, there was 30 dynasty over 5,000 years.
Yeah.
Dynasty number 22 and number 23, I think they were from Nubia.
Right.
The dynasty number 24, number 25 were from Libya, right? So they were darker skinned pharaohs.
In the south.
And there were darker skinned pharaohs and there were lighter skinned pharaohs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that it is by the time the history that comes here, the black part is being left out.
Right.
Yes. But back in Egypt, we don't look at it from black and white. We have a Nubian culture, we have a Nubian side, and we have a little bit a northern side. We have a middle side. We don't look at it as Egyptian from like black versus white.
So it's not like the American type
But
of.
it's just that we learned from the American. They always do the black, white, and leaving stuff out.
So you're saying that doesn't convert over?
Yeah, that doesn't convert because, as I said, like one of our president was like look like a brother.
Yeah, like
what it is this whole thing about. And of course, I'm not saying that the racism doesn't exist before skin, because that's unfortunately it's there everywhere.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the fact that like we don't look at our pharaohs as black pharaohs or white pharaohs. They're just like pharaohs from different kind of. They have different looks and different backgrounds and different parts. It depending where did you come from Egypt.
Yeah. Okay.
What other countries have you been to in Africa?
South Africa.
South Africa. Okay.
What a beautiful country.
Yes.
Beautiful people.
Agreed.
Incredible. I had like shows there. I did Johannesburg, Cape Town,
Durban,
and Durban.
Cape Town.
Yeah.
Oh my God, beautiful country, beautiful people, amazing, lovely people. I can't wait to go back. I've been to Tunisia. I've been to Libya.
Libya. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's it. Okay, so you've not done West Africa yet?
No.
Okay.
No, haven't done West Africa. Haven't done Morocco.
Okay.
I want to do Morocco. I want to do Algeria.
Okay.
I haven't done West
I
Africa.
spent 5 weeks in Morocco, and I kind of traveled all throughout. I was up in the Atlas
Morocco's
Mountains.
a beautiful country.
It is. It's very much.
Oh my God,
Where you got some black
it's
people,
on
cash.
it's
all throughout, yeah.
on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Morocco. Oh my God, what a beautiful.
Yeah, the food is amazing. So it was cool. What have you learned when you just in the couple of countries that you've been from south to your home country? You know, what have you learned in just in looking at some of those different places you've been to? What do you appreciate? You know,
I'll tell you. So, for example, South Africa. I have never seen something that is so diverse, whether in nature or in people or in culture or in food. Such an incredible country. It's just like heavenly, especially Cape Town. And also, I was also hosted by people who were from Indian origin. You know, in South Africa, there's a huge Indian,
especially on the east side. In Durban,
huge Indian community.
Yep. Yeah.
What an incredible community that is. It is like a very unique community because they're Indian, but they're also South African.
Yeah.
And they carry both of them together.
Yeah.
It's like they are very patriotic, very South African personality, and they did not lose their Indian heritage. Also, many of them also are Muslims too.
Yeah.
So it is just like a very, very, very interesting community.
Yeah, you talk about the diversity, and I think even when you talk about geopolitics and, you start getting into geographical location, this has been one kind of to what we were talking about before. Is Egypt considered the Middle East, or is it considered North Africa?
Yeah.
This is bad. This is,
It's a question it's a geographical question. It's a geographical
Let's
question.
talk about Middle East.
Okay.
Because, we use Middle East loosely to just make it easier. But the term itself comes from middle to what?
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home.